All right, so let's go ahead and look at some word problems that involve this kind of idea. All right, so the first problem is that Tanisha is about to sell her house for $315,000. Her real estate broker is expected to get 6% of the commission for her hard work in finding Tanisha's a buyer for her house. How much money will the real estate broker expect to be paid once Tanisha's home is sold? All right, so what we're actually looking for there is what part of the sale, if the sale is this $315,000, will she actually make? Right? So what part of this entire sale of this $315,000? Okay, so that's an important piece of information, and she gets 6% of it. So 6% of $315,000 is what we're looking for. So because it's a word problem, we're going to start with a statement, and I'm going to say let X represent the amount, represent the money that the real estate broker will make. Okay, so we're going to say let X represent the money in dollars that the broker will make from the sale of the house. All right, so there we go. We've set it up. We know that it's 6% of the 315,000. So that means that the 315,000 is our total. So 6%, 6/100ths, is equal to X, the amount that the broker will make, divided by the total amount, 315,000. All right, so we want to solve for X. So we know that we want to undo this operation of division. So that means multiply by the 315,000. So 315,000 is going to be multiplied by my left-hand side, so 6/100ths. And that's going to be equal to X of 315,000. And I multiplied the left-hand side by 315,000, so I can multiply my right-hand side by 315,000. That removes, or has 315,000 divided by 315,000, divides to 1. My left-hand side becomes 315,000 multiplied by 6 divided by 100. And if we calculate that out, it becomes 18,900, which tells us, therefore, the broker will make $18,900 off of the sale of the house, which is not a bad chunk of cash for selling a house. Okay, so that there is a problem that we were looking for a part of a whole piece, or part of a total. All right, so let's look at another word problem here. This problem here says Quinn decides to raise all of the prices at his store by 4%. So Quinn's obviously a store owner. What is the new price of an $8.25 item after a 4% increase? All right, so let's go ahead and do that part, and then we'll focus on the second piece that says what's the final cost after a 13% sales tax is added on. All right, so part one, let's do that part first. Oops, there we go. Part one is, let's deal with this. What's the new price? Okay, so part one. So decides to raise the price by 4%. So let's go ahead and find out what 4% is. So let's say let P represent the price, the increase in price. Okay, represent the increase in price. Oops. All right, so that's going to be our increase in price. So if we're increasing our price by 4%, it's going to be 4% of this $8.25. Okay, so if we set up our equivalent fractions. 4% is 4/100ths, and we equate that to some amount out of this $8.25. Okay, so that's going to tell us how much. Oh, I used X instead of P. Let's go ahead and erase that, and we'll get our. There we go. Oh, came back. I'll get my pencil back. There we go. And we call that P, because that's what our variable was, P. All right, so we want to isolate for P, because P is going to be the part that is increased. So we multiplied both sides by $8.25. 4/100ths. And we can put that in a bracket if you would like. And then I'm going to increase or multiply the right hand side by the same amount to eliminate the fraction. And if I multiply the left hand side out, the $8.25 multiplied by 4 divided by 100, you get 0.33 is equal to P. That tells me that 0.33 or 33 cents is the increase. So the new price, so therefore the new price is $8.25 plus this 33 cents, which is equivalent to $8.58. So $8.58. $8.58. All right, so that answers the first part. The second part of the question asks us to say, what's the final cost after we increase it by 13% sales tax? Okay, so let's go ahead and say that the total cost is going to be this $8.58 multiplied by the increase. So it's increasing by 13% sales tax. So that's actually going to be 1.13, because the 1 indicates that this is 100% of the price. And if I increase it by 13%, it becomes this 0.13. Because remember, 13% is equivalent to 13/100ths or 0.13. Okay, so this tells me that the sales tax is going to be 113% of the cost. So that tells me if I multiply that out, I get $9.70. Okay, other people, they may not like that, and they will say that the tax that's applied on this $8.58 would be $8.58 multiplied by the tax portion. So the tax is our 13%. If you multiply that out, you get that it's $1.12. So on their $8.58 item, you're paying $1.12 in tax. So the total cost will be the original amount, $8.58, plus the tax amount. So the plus $1.12, which again gives us $9.70. So either way, you can see that if I were to multiply it by 1.13, I would get $9.70. Or if you wanted to calculate just the tax, you could get $1.12, and it adds to the original cost. So you can see that these two calculations together combine to just simply this one calculation. Okay? So overall, we can say, therefore, the new cost of the item is $9.70. Okay, so there we go. We've solved the second problem, a second word problem together. Let's go ahead and take another look at another word problem.